is Toni Darling for Geek News Network, and I'm geeking out. So yeah, Mike Mignola, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm really great. You have a booth here? Yes. So what do you have? You have sketchbooks.
Sketchbooks.
Sketchbooks. That's exciting. Prints. Is it going well so far? I know it's only Friday.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice yesterday. Everybody's very nice. It's a little slow, but that's fine.
Right. Is it your first time to Phoenix Comicon?
I was here a bunch of years ago when it wasn't really in Phoenix, and it was in kind of a horrible place where there was no place to eat dinner.
Yeah, where I live, it's Mesa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Terrible place.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, let's talk about your work. So one of the things that I love about Hellboy is this very distinctive style, you know, of art, is I think in comparison to other comics. So can you tell me a little bit about, I've gone to some art classes. What was do you have like a classical art upbringing? Did you draw comics when you were younger?
I didn't really draw comics when I was younger. I drew monsters. I did illustration kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I went to art school as an illustration major, and then realized, you know, really all I ever wanted to do was draw monsters. So at some point, you start saying, well, if all I want to do is draw monsters, where am I going to go and hopefully make a living drawing monsters?
Right.
And comics was pretty much, you know, the only thing I could think of.
Great. So then how did you get started? Tell me a little bit about your journey.
I never really thought I would be good enough to draw comics. I figured, because I did pin-up kind of stuff and covers and things like that, so I thought, well, if I go to New York and I become an inker, because inker, yeah, it seemed like I inked stuff, so maybe I could do that. And I thought maybe if I was an inker long enough, I would get some ins at Marvel Comics, which is where I wanted to work, and they would let me, my goal was somewhere before I died, get a little backup feature somewhere, so on my deathbed I'd be able to say, you know, at least I drew a comic once. And
now
that was the last time I really made a conscious goal for myself. So I did that, and it turned out I was a terrible inker. So I had no choice, since I have no other skills, than to learn to draw better so I could actually draw comics.
Right. Well, I mean, it obviously turned out well for you.
It did.
Yes.
Yes. Better than I could have imagined.
Yes. So how has that gone? You know, the transition from doing something small, kind of having humble beginnings, to, you know, epic Hellboy.
It's weird. The thing I say over and over and over again is the weirdest thing about it is that it seemed kind of normal because it happens so slowly. I mean, there was no like overnight success thing. Even with like the making of the movie, it was all talk about making a movie for like 6 years. You never really thought it was going to go anyplace. So it progressed so slowly that when it finally happened, it just felt like normal.
Right. Well, that's cool. Did you have any like neat Hollywood experiences? Did you get to meet actors or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I worked on the movies, and I got to hang around on the movie sets and stuff. So that was really cool. I mean, it was, you know, I have like my anti-Hollywood stories, but you know, I also have it was just the coolest thing to sit there and watch, you know, Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman, you know, making a movie. So
yeah, that's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about some of your other work that maybe isn't so mainstream.
It's so weird to think of like the other stuff that isn't mainstream compared to Hellboy, which was never meant to be a mainstream thing.
Right.
Yeah, the only other thing I've really done in the last 20 years, since I've been doing Hellboy for almost 20 years now. You know, I did this thing, The Amazing Screw-On Head, which I did just for me, because when Hellboy became kind of a commercial book, I wanted to do something else that nobody was going to care about, that I was going to do entirely for me, not worry at all about selling it, and most people consider it the best thing I ever did.
Right.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Excellent.
Pretty proud of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm geeking out. I just got this like crazy like hardcover edition of like volumes 1 and 2. I'm gonna come over here and have you sign. And
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. You're kind of a big deal. Well, it's really great. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
It's nice to go someplace where somebody thinks I'm a big deal.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen at home.
No, really?
No.
All right. Well, you'll get lots of that. 2 more days.
Okay.
2 more days of being a big deal in abundance.
It's got to last for a while. Yeah, I got to try to remember it when I get back home.
Excellent. Great. Well, have a good rest of the convention.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.